one thing that we forgot last time. There you go.
Oh, the sound test, yes.
That'll make it very easy.
We also forgot to start a timer.
Let's start from about here then. Alright.
This is take 2 of Black Panther. You can go watch take 1's the longer version.
Yep, this is going to be the abridged, very fast version where we talk about just kind of what we thought overall, maybe finer details and stuff like that. We'll try not to go into spoilers too much just because this is the short version and there's a whole bunch of spoiler talk in the long version, and if you're invested, then obviously go click it.
So what'd you think of Black Panther?
Well, it's okay. It's not any better or worse than people are saying. Honestly, it's a run of the mill film overall. It kind of rides the line of it does some things good and it does some things bad. I mean, in terms of Marvel, I'd say it's subpar, maybe a little bit under the average, just because it doesn't really hit all the marks that I wish it would. It's got good sound, it's got, I guess a good story at times, but certain characters fall off, certain characters make choices that I don't like. And the shots are well done, like the actual framing of each shot and the lighting is great, but an issue I had was like CGI and stuff like that. That hurt. And so, like at all times, there was like, it was like if I'm having a conversation about it, it's like, yeah, it was this, but at the same time, it was that. And that's just like everything that I have to say about it. Is like,
so you're saying for every good part of it, there was an equally bad part that kind of drew it to the center.
Exactly. And that's kind of what the theme of this entire film is just good, but bad.
I actually enjoyed the film. I actually just recently saw it for a second time, and I enjoyed the story. The setup was huge. I do feel like certain parts were crammed in. Towards the end, you kind of see that, but I do like the setup, the storytelling behind the characters. You really enjoy all of the characters. Not only the main character, but like you get a lot of story from the others. Seeing it the second time, I did notice the CGI.
You did? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did, because I got that on the first pass, and that I was in the movie, and then it ripped me clean away.
I didn't get that on the first pass. That was just, but seeing it a second time, you definitely see the CGI. I will give them the amount of things they had to CGI. Like I understand where it messed up and why it messed up, just because. Or even if it was a mess up, but like the amount that they did, like they had to
time into it. That's probably the thing, because a lot of Marvel films are CGI. Like 95% of some of the other ones are CGI, and so it's to the point where why was this one so bad? We've got all of these other ones that look fine, like they look okay. It's fine for CGI, but then we get to this one, and all of a sudden it's not. I don't know if they're trying to like diversify assets, if they didn't put enough money into it, if they didn't have enough time.
I think it was the director really focused on story. Like if you look at his other movies, amazing other movies, and he carried that part over into this. Carried the actor over too, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
But I feel like that he wasn't too focused on that. That wasn't his part. But obviously it's a Marvel movie, and Marvel's like, no, you have to have it, so you sprinkled it in there.
Well, yeah, and you can tell, that there's the Marvel Kodak moments where, throughout it, there's these part where it's like, okay, this is, don't forget that this is a Marvel film. Like, you can't forget that. And so it'll detract for a little bit, and then it'll just redirect right back. We have the entire first act, which is like this kind of like Skyfall-esque, like 007. That's what it felt like throughout most of it was. It felt like 007 at the beginning, because you get the casino scene, and you get like him traveling to like on a plane or something like that. And, we get these kind of like wide sweeping shots. You get like an action scene at the beginning that throws you right in there.
Yeah.
You get all of these things, and that was fine. Like I liked that, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. I didn't really follow it. That's probably the best way to say.
I think it is what you mentioned earlier, that it pulls you out so hard. Like it's not like, oh, that's a small hiccup, but I'll get over it. But the hiccups they had were so big that it pulled you out of the film.
Exactly, and towards the beginning it was okay, but then you have these characters that are making weird choices for no reason, like T'Challa's friend, Mr. Get Out.
Watch the spoilers there.
Well, yeah, okay, but you've got a close person to the main character who seems like he's on board and he's got no issues, and then all of a sudden he goes.
His character just
like
switches there.
I'm upset at you now, and now we're no longer friends, and fuck you, you should die. And then we get this, and it's like, but what? Where was the setup? Where was this? And I feel like there was like 10 minutes that was like, not even 10 minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes where they just cut at that, where they cut that out, where it was like
it was why that it wasn't a slow decline, it was a 180 flip. And I think they focused on so much on those 2, 3, 4 characters so much that those side characters who could have had a little bit more story, their story got cut off. I definitely see that.
The same thing with Watson as well. I don't even know.
Watson.
Bilbo Watson.
Yeah.
We get him, and he is also in the movie, and I feel like he's just kind of there along for the ride. Did you feel
he was kind of the connection to the previous Civil War movie. I feel like that's why they put him in there. They gave him a story. Amazing actor. Just written kind of again supporting character wise written. It's
definitely one of those moments where it's like
I like the movies where there's a supporting character, but you don't really like be like, oh yeah, that's a supporting character. Where he's involved enough into the story where he makes an impact, and like at the end of the movie, you're like, yeah, that was a supporting character.
Yeah,
but
towards the end, he does make an impact, but it's something that I feel was just shoehorned in, just so he had something to do. Because they went through the entire movie of like, oh yeah, we've got Watson. By the way, we've got Bilbo. He's along for the ride. We kind of ran out of stuff for him to do.
So do this. Do this.
So now you get to do this. And then we'll have a cool action scene, and then it'll be towards the end, and then people forget about it, and then it's fine. And then they just kept trucking, and it was like, okay, cool, I guess.
Any parts that stood out to you?
Are we talking about good or bad?
Good. Or any parts that are like, oh, okay, I definitely know, like, that was nice. I liked the way they did that.
I liked Killmonger.
Yeah.
Through the first half, until we get to, like, kind of... Not
that part.
He never actually has like a pinch throughout the film. He never has like an actual like character shift. We do have a goal shift in it though, where he finally achieves his goal and now he needs to move towards the next step.
Yeah.
And as soon as he achieves that goal, I feel like I don't know if it's the writers just kind of fell apart.
I mean, the movie
but
was
that's where they slipped back into Marvel and they were like, okay, we need to have again, the Marvel Kodak moments where we've got somebody trying to blow up New York City or something like that.
Yeah, like the big Marvel villain.
And then we've got like the cannon fodder that's running out there and just dying in droves, just so we can see our main characters.
3 main characters
fighting,
doing it. Yeah.
And there's like no tension. We're just seeing them, slap CGI monsters around, and it's like cool. Please don't. Can you stop that? Thanks. That was the best part of Homecoming to me, was the fact that there wasn't any of
it was personal.
Yeah, it was personal. It was down to earth. It wasn't really an origin story so much, kind of, but
let's shift that back to Black Panther. For me,
the same thing in the other one too.
Yeah, for me it was the casino scene, the music, the way the camera shifts throughout the fight. I think that fight and that overall like music vibe, that just whole scene was put together so well. All the camera angles were great. The music fit in perfectly. It got intense at like the perfect time. Like, thank you, Kendrick, for that.
Yeah.
And then just the colors and just the way that scene was put together. I think for me that was the best scene. Like that, I would watch it just for that scene.
I'd have to say that's probably one of my more favorite scenes as well, just because it is. Again, I keep saying it reminds me so much of Skyfall, which is like near and dear to my heart. So like that scene reminded me of it, and I was like, I can get behind this.
Yeah.
If there's ever a Marvel film that tried to like kind of like take that vibe but stretch it out through the entire movie, I would be.
Oh yeah,
I'd
just
be
that.
There. But
that was amazing fight scene.
Yeah, I mean, I that's definitely one of the ones that I enjoyed just a little bit more.
I think that's it for the short version, and we can talk for hours, but
Yeah, well, we almost did talk for an hour in the other one. So
Yeah,
if you like this and like to see more, then go watch the longer version. If you came from the longer version, sorry, this is it.
Sorry, this is a clean cut.
Go watch the next video then.
Bye.
But thanks, y'all.